Well, there are more big shakeups for struggling metro schools. 5 will have new principals next year. 2 more could be replaced. News Channel 5's Todd Walker explains the strategy behind the overhaul.
Well, Jessica, the principals being replaced are at schools that just haven't improved enough over the last few years. The replacements were named, as Metro outlined, the so-called turnaround leaders for the district's 12 lowest performing schools.
It's an aggressive move, but one that can bear fruit.
Most people have lost count how many meetings there have been to find new ways to turn around failing or underperforming metro schools. Tonight, another meeting, this time of the East Nashville Advisory Committee. They talked about more proposed ways to shake up East Nashville schools, reorganizing and moving buildings. It's all changes that are just ideas for now, but they couldn't help but talk about a change announced today that is not an idea anymore.
We ask all principals in our priority schools to reapply for their jobs, so we really considered for every one of those schools whether we had the right leadership in place.
This afternoon, Dr. Jesse Register announced that 5 metro schools would have new principals next year. 1 is retiring, 1 is taking another job, but the other 3 are off the job this spring. 2 more principals were told their fate would be determined at the end of the year if the students performed well enough.
We've looked at test scores, but we've also looked at school climate. We've done walkthroughs where we look at the quality of instruction in schools.
Part of it has to do with potential grants for the schools, which have now been labeled as priority schools by the state. For example, Inglewood Elementary School's principal has been on the job for 4 years, and to qualify for money to help the turnaround, new leadership has to be brought in.
I want to highlight a couple.
Register says this plan for new leadership and turnarounds is an aggressive one, but he thinks it will pay off in a relatively short amount of time.
And we think in 3 years we'll not have priority schools.
So I just spoke to one of the chairs of the Inglewood PTO, who says they have supported Principal Carrie Mickle and will miss her. But they do understand for the school to qualify for those turnaround grants, she has to be replaced. They're hoping for the best with the new principal. All of the principals who will be leaving their schools will stay on the job through the end of this school year. Jessica?
All right, Todd, we do have a detailed list of which schools are affected, who is coming in and who is staying. That's all inside this story on newschannel5.com.